Because I'm going to go with what Bill said. Socialism does not work in the United States. But, Bill, do you agree that right now in the United States there's Medicare?
Do I agree there's Medicare?
The Medicare exists, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. Medicare and Medicaid.
So here's my thing. Repeal Obamacare and take Medicare, which is there, and fix it. That's it. Very easy to do. Medicare has been there for what, 50 years, 100 years? How long has Medicare been in existence? Producers, please help me out here, guys. Tell me how long Medicare has been in existence in the United States of America. And we'll move on with our conversation until they find out. And so the logical thing for me to
1956? 1966, according to our crack producers.
And what did they have before that? So who would that have been, Medicare? Would that have been Kennedy?
66 would have been Lyndon Johnson.
Yes, because...
But it would have been the Democrats, right?
Correct.
3, yeah. You're right, Johnny.
Yeah.
It would have been the Democrats, but it would have been Kennedy. Because Lyndon B. Johnson took over for Kennedy. Yes or no?
Yes.
63, yes. 63 killed in Dallas.
Yeah, so it would have been the Kennedys. Technically, John. Not to contradict you, just technically would have been the Kennedys.
Kennedys were gone.
Kennedy's, JFK was shot in 63.
It would have been through his administration.
Oh, he may have started it, yeah, but I mean...
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
But Johnson was reelected in 64, so he, I don't go that far back, but I think it was Johnson.
Well, we'll find out who the author or who the protagonist was in getting Medicare put together. Okay.
Yeah. On the screen right now, we do have LBJ signing in 1966.
So
we now know as Medicare.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's my point. So you're talking about 50 years, right? That Medicare has been in place. How long has Obamacare been in place? 8 years? 7 years?
7.
So what I would suggest, in my opinion, if I had an opinion to give, I would say scrap Obamacare and go straight to Medicare that's been in existence and fix it.
I would say, Frank, that's a good idea. I'm surprised that someone hasn't come up with it who happens to be a legislator in the U.S. Congress. And if he
as a businessman, I take a look at my assets, right? And I see my longest living asset that's been bringing, it's worked. It might not be working properly, but something brand new that's not working totally, I would look at to see, say, fuck it, scrap it, and go back to something that's been working for a long time that's a replica or making something redundant. So I really don't understand why the Americans would have two different socialized medicine health acts. It doesn't make sense to me. What do you think, Barry?
I think I agree with you that it needs to take a while to get it straight, to get them on course. This is what needs to be done. Donald Trump, his immediate reaction to everything is to say something crazy, to get everybody all riled up.
Let's forget about that. Let's forget about Donald. Let's look at Medicare, right? Let's look at Medicare. It's been there in existence for over 50 years, right? Mm-hmm. Authored by the Democrats. So it went through several administrations, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat. Mm-hmm. So it survived different ideology of political views, correct or not?
Yep.
Wouldn't it make fucking sense right now to scrap Obamacare and just go straight to Medicare?
If you scrap Obamacare, a lot of these people who got it won't have it now.
Eric, you're a smart guy.
It's a financial.
Medicare's been around a long time. Why not fix that?
What's that?
Well, Medicare has been around a long time. Why not fix that?
Well, obviously Obama felt there was an issue with it.
I think Obama
felt there was an issue with it.
Because to leave a legacy for himself, right? And I think he made a big fucking mistake not trying to fix Medicare. In my view, guys.
Well, I don't know Medicare at all, other than the word, and I only assume that those people who are doing the work know that the option, which appears to be a good one, ain't going to work, or Obama would have.
Well, Medicare.
seven years ago,
I'm
went
glad
a
we're
different
talking about that
direction.
because we're going to move on to hockey. Well, I'm glad we're talking. But Bill, Medicare was the first form of socialized medicine in the United States of America, and as our panelist John brought up, it was Lyndon B. Johnson who signed the bill, who was a Democrat, and he took over for the assassinated President Kennedy.
Yep, who was a Democrat as well, of course.
Yeah, of course. He was the vice president. Lyndon B. Johnson was the vice president at the time of the assassination. What I'm trying to tell you is,
I might add.
here's my logic, guys, and you can tell me to both. All you guys can tell me to fuck off. Medicare survived many administrations since 1966 or 64, whatever the year was you said. So Republicans, Democrats, and Ronald Reagan, who was the ultra-conservative, he could have shot Medicare and killed it, right? He did not.
No, it was Obama who felt that the system was flawed.
Yeah, but Obama did not fuck with Medicare because I believe that he came out with Obamacare over and above, and that was his biggest fucking mistake. It was catastrophic because it was flawed, and you don't leave another child alone to save another child. You either save both of them or don't do nothing.
Well, and don't forget Obama. That was Obama's legacy to his people.
I don't know what that fucking means, his people. Who's his people?
20 million people that got medical help that didn't have
His
it.
people was the United States of America, Bill.
I understand.
Yeah, so
Tell me
his
why-
people was the United States of America, and I think that some fucking moron who they hire all these fucking guys who don't have a business, but they're the ones that come and give you advice, and they fucked up our
Phone system.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm still here. I'm just saying to you that he brought in some of these morons to give him advice, and they said, stay away from Medicare and come up with something completely different. So think about this, guys. I don't know what Medicare costs the United States of America. Does it cost it $1 trillion a year? I don't know. What does Medicare cost the United States a year?
Well, the whole program, Frank, is 16% of their national budget.
No, but why don't we find out from our great, brilliant guys, what is Medicare in its form right now? What does it cost the American people a year?
Billy, you're down there now. Any idea?
Yeah, I would say about 23 trillion.
Wow. In 1 year?
No, I don't know, Frank.
In 1 year. I want to know what it costs in 1 year. Guys, can we find out what Medicare costs the United States in 1 year? So here's my point, guys, and I want to move on. My point is, whatever it costs, I truly believe that the Americans would have been better off to go back and rebuild, rehash, re-strengthen Medicare than create another liability over and above Medicare.
But they've already done it. Are you saying now they made a mistake and now they should undo the mistake?
I think 100%. I think that the most important thing they could do is blow up Obamacare, which is a redundant shadow of Medicare, and take Medicare and make that the standard for their socialized medicine because it's been there for over 50 years, and every administration, Republican, Democrat, Republican, has left it alone.
Until one guy came along and decided he was going to make new health care for everybody, and another guy came along and said, we're going to blow it up, and didn't.
Why would Obama make health care for everybody when that's what Medicare was supposed to be? Why wouldn't he take Medicare, clean it up? You got two choices, buddy, when you buy a house, an old house. You either rebuild it, or you take a fucking bulldozer, knock it down, and build a new house on the property.
And guess what everyone's doing these days?
You don't leave the old piece of shit house.
Yeah, the latter of the
property
two.
and build another house, and now you have a smaller property, and you're going to have all kinds of fucking problems.
Yeah.
But that's what he did.
If that's the analogy I just fucking
Yeah,
gave
but I'm
you,
trying to say, Frank, if it was a stupid idea and it went through, now you're telling Trump to come in there and blow the whole thing up, which he said he was going to do.
I'm saying Trump's making a stupider mistake. I just told you that Obama made a fucking catastrophic mistake, and Trump's trying to make the same fucking mistake. What he should do is, if he is the art of the deal and he's the fucking businessman that he says he is, he says, and he's been bragging that Obamacare is going to blow up anyways. It's going to blow up anyways because we're not going to touch it. We're not going to put any more money in it. It's going to blow up anyways. That's what he's been saying. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what I'm saying to you is, if you're a smart guy, and if anybody's listening to me, this is what you should do. So tell the American people, say, listen, we made a mistake. We're not going to go after Obamacare and try to save it. We're going to try to save something that's been around for over 50 years in the United States, which is Medicare. We're going to make it better, and we're going to make Medicare accessible to everybody.